When you need information on the Fire Emblem series, where do you go? Some people may go to IGM, the Fire Emblem Wiki, or even Game Press. However, those websites don't even begin to compare to the massive information database that is Serenesforest. Serenesforest was created by a Fire Emblem fan named VincentASM on February 1st, 2005. Initially, the website was named Angel Sword Memories as it was a homepage for the creator's personal RPG. However, Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones had just recently been released in Japan, and many on English-speaking message boards were confused with the content. Vincent thought it might be helpful to provide the message board with general information about the game. Whenever someone would ask for help on a message board, he would point them towards his website for further information. Later, when The Sacred Stones was released in English, Angel Sword Memories was one of the very first sites to provide updated information about the game. Word got around the community, and people began to really appreciate the website. When Path of Radiance released, Vincent began growing his website more and more. With the announcement of Radiant Dawn in 2006, all of the non-Fire Emblem content was removed.
Out of my way!
And the site received a new name based on a location from the Teleus duology. At this point, the website was known as Serenesforest, a pretty good Fire Emblem fan site. Once Serenesforest became strictly Fire Emblem, information for games prior to the Sacred Stones appeared on the site. Information was mostly compiled by Vincent himself, but a few tidbits were pulled from other reliable Fire Emblem websites. The website moved to its own domain and hosting in 2007, with the help of technical admin Joshua. Following Radiant Dawn's Japanese release, Serenesforest frequently began hitting its bandwidth limit. More users than they had ever expected were visiting the site, and the team wasn't sure that they had enough room. When Radiant Dawn came out in America, the website's servers almost broke in two. The monthly bandwidth was exceeded by at least double, and the website had to be spread out between multiple web spaces. The Radiant Dawn section in general took up almost 2 separate web spaces on its own. But Joshua to the rescue! The team moved to their current domain in late 2007 and hasn't experienced any major issues since.
Yeah!
At this point, the website got its famous tagline, Serenesforest, a Fire Emblem resource. In 2008, the website opened the Serenesforest forums, and in just 5 short months, an entire community of Fire Emblem fans settled on that part of the site.
Our bonds give me strength!
Vincent didn't even know how many people used the forums until he decided to shut it down. Fan outcry was so great that he had to reinstate the forums and hire a new moderating team. From 2008 to 2013, the Fire Emblem fanbase kind of died down due to lack of interest in the current games. And since New Mystery of the Emblem was never released in English, fans were kind of bored. But this did not stop the Serenesforest team. The website was updated to its current theme in November of 2010, and the wiki was added in March of 2011. Later in 2011, a new Fire Emblem game was announced for 3DS, and, well, we all know how that story goes.
Bet you didn't see that coming!
With a sudden influx of users and content to talk about, Serenesforest moved to WordPress and started posting Fire Emblem-related news in 2014. With the release of Fates, Heroes, and the announcement of 3 Houses, there's been a lot to talk about since then. On February 1st, 2019, Serenesforest became 14 years old. That's 14 years of Fire Emblem news, guides, and information. That's incredible. Aside from being one of the longest-running Fire Emblem fan sites, Serenesforest has also had huge impacts on the Fire Emblem fan base. The previously mentioned Serenesforest Wiki is open for contribution to everyone, and currently hosts the most extensive and detailed Fire Emblem cipher database on the internet. Serenesforest is also known for being one of the websites that kept the fan base alive during the 5-year Fire Emblem drought.
Our bonds give me strength!
And since it was constantly updating with new information, the website became one of the most popular by the time Fire Emblem Awakening rolled around. As you can see here, Serenesforest experienced a pretty big traffic spike when the first Awakening trailer came out, and an even bigger one the month after everyone received the game for Christmas worldwide. Lots of people were drawn to Fire Emblem with Awakening, and Serenesforest was available to provide all of the new fans with extensive information. And they're still doing that to this day. With 3 houses coming out soon, a whole new generation of Fire Emblem fans will be making their way to the internet to talk about the new game. And those of us who are already huge fans of Fire Emblem will be looking for the best ways to play. The authors of Serenesforest will no doubt be right there to provide fans new and old with lots of information about the franchise that we love.